thank you for taking the time to learn more about Prisidio by watching this video. We are excited to be able to provide the marketplace with Prisidio, and really it's aimed at helping individuals and families store, organize, and share their most important, most sensitive content that they have, both documents and data. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you Prisidio, and I'll bring up my screen now so that you have an idea of how Prisidio can be used to help you in managing this most important information. So if you see my screen now, I'm going to log in on both the web as well as on mobile. And we do require multi-factor authentication for all users, whether it's yourself as the vault owner or anyone that you invite as a free user into your vault. And what you're going to see now is I'm going to accept the push OTP or the multi-factor authentication on my phone that I have set up for this account. Not only do we support Guardian, which is the application from Auth0 for this MFA, the push version, we also support SMS, so a code that'll be text to your phone, as well as the authenticator apps like Google, Microsoft, and Okta. So I am in and logged in on the web, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in on my mobile device as well, both iOS and Android devices. And you'll see here that we support biometrics. And so I'm going to log in and simply look at my phone, and I am in on mobile as well. And so we'll start with an overview of the 4 primary areas of content that you'll have in Prisidio. The first is documents. And documents isn't meant to replace your hard drive, your filing cabinet, or Dropbox, Google Drive, or any other cloud solutions that you utilize. What it is meant to do is provide you with a secure location to be able to store that most important content, that most personal information that you have, which you'll want to relate to other items that we'll cover within the Prisidio Vault here over the next few minutes. And so you'll see the documents available on both the web and on mobile. And again, what we do, and you can see this on both the web as well as mobile, is we give you ideas of what can be stored or what you could upload to Prisidio. So anything from identity information, medical information, financial information, legal, or even career documentation is what you would put into Prisidio. Again, we're not trying to replace where you have most of your documents stored today, but just give you a special place to put your most sensitive, important information. And so I'll close this out on documents. I'm going to skip people and I will go to places. I'll come back to people. Places is where do you have your stuff? And it is both online and offline. So online places can be anything from iCloud is where you store your photos and videos, to Coinbase is where your crypto wallet is stored and you have your Ethereum and your Bitcoin, for example. Offline places could be the file cabinet behind me, the safe in my closet, or the safety deposit box at the bank. And then things is what do you have? And things we intentionally didn't call financial or assets because we believe it's much broader. Yes, it could be stock or investments or a bank account or cryptocurrency, but it also could be family heirlooms and mementos. So it could be the pocket watch that you got from your father that he got from his grandfather, or a quilt that's been in your family for several generations. May not have financial value, but they have high sentimental value to you and to your family. Now we're going to go back to people, and people is 2 things. One, you start by identifying the people in your world that know something about you, what you have, or where you have it. So it could be family members, such as children if they're of age, parents, a spouse or partner, a sister, an aunt, a cousin, but it also are your advisors and people that are in your world. So your insurance agent, your real estate agent, your wealth advisor, your accountant, your attorney. Those are the people that you want to put into Prisidio and identify. Now, there's 2 steps. The first step is identifying who those people are. And you'll notice in here, for example, Bart and Martha, they don't have the blue bar above them. And we've simply identified them within Prisidio as someone of importance in my world. And they don't know necessarily anything about Prisidio. but we've identified them in there so that if someone needs to know who our accountant or insurance agent is, they can see them. Now, you'll notice there's several other people in here, Jonathan, Charlotte, and Taylor, for example. You can see in here, they have the blue bar. These are people not only that I've identified are important in my world, but I've actually taken the additional step to invite them into Prisidio. They then have access to my vault. Now, first things first, as we talk about the type of content that you're putting into Prisidio, highly sensitive, highly personal, private information, and then yet we're talking about sharing. Well, when you invite someone into your vault, by default, we do not share anything with that person you've invited to your vault. Only you and or your potential co-owner of the vault are the only people that can choose what needs to be shared with those people. And until you take deliberate action, nothing is seen by those people that you've invited into your vault. Now, you'll notice here a difference that you have Jonathan and Charlotte, they have pending next to them versus Taylor, for example, and Chantel have the little check mark. So Jonathan and Charlotte, I've invited to my vault, but they have not yet accepted the invitation. They have not yet created their own free Prisidio account, and they are not yet in my vault, but they are invited. Whereas Taylor and Chantel, I can see the check mark, they are in my vault. They've created their Prisidio account and they now have access to my vault. You'll notice over here, one additional icon, and that's the Prisidio shield. And in this particular example, Chantel, who is my spouse, I've invited into my vault as my co-owner. Chantel, as the co-owner of this vault, can see and do everything that I can do as the vault owner. So I don't need to invite her in and then share specific items. Once she's in my vault as a co-owner, as a free user, she can see and do everything that I can do. Okay, so now we've invited Taylor in and we want to start sharing with her. So let's go over to on both mobile and on the web. Let's find a document and let's find our last will and testament. So we're clicking on it on mobile and we're going to do the same here on the web. And so now I can see the document, I can pinch and zoom and go through the various pages and such. And what we want to do now is we want to share this document with Taylor. So what I'm going to do is on mobile, I click on the sharing tab and I do the same on the web. And so now what I see is the people that are in my vault are highlighted with this little blue background. And these folks are the ones that are shared. So again, the blue line indicates these people are in my vault or have been invited to my vault. And the people that have the blue next to it or the check marks are the people that it's been shared with. So in this particular case, this will has been shared with Jonathan, with Charlotte, and of course with Chantel as the co-owner. She sees everything and you'll notice that's grayed out. I can't remove it. I don't have to add it. She has that access. And what I want to be able to do is I want to share with Taylor. And what I can do either on the web by clicking here, or if you look now at mobile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch this little circle here on my phone. And Taylor now has access to this particular document. She did not see it before, and she sees it now when she goes into my vault. And so what I want to do is I'm going to shift gears here briefly, and I am going to show you what Taylor will see when she logs into her vault and switches into my vault. So now over here, you can see that I'm logging in as Taylor. So I'm going to click. Taylor in this particular example uses Google Authenticator. So I'm going to go to that app on my phone. I'm going to obtain the code and I am going to log in. And so now I am logged in Prisidio as Taylor, right? It says, hi, Taylor. I'm in Taylor's vault. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over. So Taylor's logged in as herself. She's in her vault and she's going to switch from her vault into the Shimkus family vault, which is my vault. So I switch over and you'll now see she's got a different view, but it tells her you're in the Shimkus family vault. And we're going to go to documents again to show Taylor has access to this last will and testament. So Taylor is now going to click on that last will and testament. Again, the document, the one document we initially gave her access to. And you can see over here, if you remember the screen, and we'll go back to it from my vault, I saw a sharing tab, a details tab, an activity tab. We're not seeing that. We're just seeing the document and kind of these high level details. And she is not seeing the sharing, and she's not seeing the activity. She simply looks at the document. Now we're going to go back to documents, and really quickly what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another document on my phone, my marriage certificate, and I'm going to click on sharing, and I'm going to share that document with Taylor. So she now has access to it, and I'm going to simply refresh the screen. And now you see that Taylor went from having access to one document, the last will and testament, to now 2 documents, the marriage certificate. So literally only the items that I, as the vault owner, or my co-owner, Chantel, we choose and take action to share with Taylor, only then does Taylor see those documents. And by the way, that holds true for any people or places or things that we share with Taylor. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to switch back, and we are going to go back to the vault of myself, Glenn. But I wanted to just show you that, again, we take security and privacy very, very seriously, and you're only seeing, as someone you are sharing documents, they are only seeing the items that you deliberately take action to share with them. So now what we're going to do is let's go back on the mobile device to sharing, and we're going to click on the activity tab. So what do we see here on both the web and on mobile? We see that Taylor viewed the document. And in this case, anything related to this particular document, when I viewed it, when I shared it, and when Taylor viewed it, every single item is recorded that it's happened. So when we talk about sharing, we talk about you're able to control, as the vault owner, what the person sees. You're able to control what the person can do. And you also have full visibility into what the person's done. Not only what they've done, but if you look quickly at my phone and I swipe down, you're going to see right in here, Taylor accessed your vault from St. Charles, United States at 11:50 a.m. So within there, you can actually see the moment that that person who you gave access to your vault logs into Prisidio and then switches from their own vault into your vault, you get notified in real time that that person is accessing your vault. So we want to make sure that if you are sharing, you know exactly what's happening, by whom, and when, especially at the instant that person is now accessing your vault. So what I'm going to do now is let's go back to documents. And what I want to be able to do is I have 4 documents I want to share with Taylor. So yes, I can go to the next document. So we shared the marriage certificate. And let's say I want to share with her the passport now. So I can find the passport. I can go to sharing. And I can find Taylor and share with Taylor. But now imagine you have 10 or 15 or 50 items that you want to share with Taylor. You don't want to have to go to every document, every person, every place, and everything and share with that person. So we allow you to do within Prisidio is actually to go to the person. So we're going to go to Taylor on our mobile device, and we're going to find Taylor on the web as well. And we're going to go to the sharing section. And now what I see is all of the items in my vault. And in one place, I can go to say, what do I want Taylor to have access to, or what does she have access to? And if we scroll here, we'll look on the web. You can see that she has access to the will, the marriage certificate, and the passport, the 3 items that I specifically said I want her having access to. So I can go to Taylor and say, oh, hold on a second. I actually don't want her to have access to the passport. She has access, but it's okay for her to see the college degree, grandma's vase in the things, and like the Naples home in the places. So in one place, I can go and do that sharing, because sometimes you care about an item like the last will and testament document. I want to know who has access to it and who's viewed it. In some other instances, though, my context is the person. So in this case, Taylor, what I want to be able to do is know, what does Taylor have access to and what has Taylor done? So literally from my mobile device or the web, I can go to Taylor. I can see all of her access, and I also can see her activity. So if I go to activity here, you'll see now, again, everything related to Taylor. When I've shared with Taylor, when I've stopped sharing with Taylor, when Taylor's viewed something, Taylor accessed the vault when she viewed a document. So everything is captured under Taylor. Okay, so that's the sharing component. Again, having full control. You control what they see, what they do, and you have full visibility into what they've done. You can go to an item, whether on the mobile device or the web, and you can choose to share it, such as your will, or you can go to the person, Taylor in this example, and you can say, I want Taylor to see this, or I want to see what Taylor has done. Now let's focus a little bit on how do you get content into Prisidio? So to get content into Prisidio, if it's a document, and again, you can do this on the web or you can do this on your mobile device. But what you're going to want to do is in any of these sections, you'll see in the bottom right corner an add button. And that holds true as well on the mobile device. And if we want to add a document, we can either on the web upload a document from my local hard drive. So I can see all of the documents and I can add it. I can also add folders. So you'll see up here, I've got, and on mobile, you see as well, 123 Main Street and tax filing. So it's a particular folder. If I go into it, I can see any documents that are in that folder. And to add a folder, you simply click on here. Now, you also have the ability, if you look at the mobile device, when you're on your mobile device, you can add it by taking a picture from your camera. You can add it from your photo library if you have a picture of a particular document there, such as a passport, for example. But you also can add from Dropbox or OneDrive, and we're also in the process right now of adding Google Drive as well. So let's say I have a document I want to add from Dropbox. So this is my personal Dropbox. I can go in here and I can select Prisidio Demo. And if I want to add this homeowner's insurance policy, I click Add, and that document is now being added to my Prisidio vault. And then I'll be able to go in and share that particular document. And we'll just refresh on the web as well, so you can see that particular document. And where did we put it? Here it is. Here's the homeowner's insurance policy that we just uploaded from Dropbox right here. So now let's talk about people as well. People is another area where you can add by typing in information from the web. So if I want to add in Amy Adams per se, she's an advisor of mine, I can type in Amy Adams and that she's my attorney. And then I can check this box if I want to invite them. And then I would need, of course, to add their email address. But instead of doing that, what we found through our research is that generally about 75% of the people that you have in your world that you would want to add to your Prisidio vault are already on your phone. Maybe it's just their name and phone number or their email address, but you have some basic data. So if you go to people on your phone and click the plus button, instead of typing in information, you can click on one of these blue people icons with the plus next to it, here, or up above. And when you click on it, you'll see a list of all the people on your phone, and you can simply click in Amy Adams. In this particular example, you'll see that her photo is added, her name. I'm going to type in that she is my attorney. If I wanted to invite her at this particular time, I just check that little box, and you'll notice that the email address is already added. And that is because I've actually already had that information for Amy on my phone. What we're going to do is we're just going to uncheck that box for now, and I'm going to click Save. And you'll note that Amy is being added. So we're not asking you to retype in information. Whatever you have on Amy, and let's just refresh our page on the web, is now associated with Amy within Prisidio. And of course, I can add more information on Amy if I wanted to, simply by clicking the plus or the pencil icon, whether mobile or web. And it's that easy to add someone to Prisidio. Now let's talk about places and things. And so again, what we're trying to do here is make it very easy for you to add items. So yes, you can sit in front of your computer and you can say, if I want to add a file cabinet, I can type it in, and then I can select the type of place. Now we have different information that we provide to you the ability to capture based on if it's a physical location, an online account, or a digital device, such as my phone or an iPad. But instead of doing that, what I can do is I can click on the plus on my phone. I can type in this case, it's a file cabinet. I'm going to select that it is a physical location, and I'm going to click add photo, and I'm going to add with my camera. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around. Again, being away from my computer is I'm simply going to take a picture, and I'm going to add this file cabinet. Now I can pinch and zoom and do all the things that you'd expect me to be able to do on my phone. I'm going to use this particular photo, and I'm going to add this item to Prisidio. Now, imagine this though. The key is we want you to be able to chunk up the effort of getting going with Prisidio. You do not have to sit in front of your computer for hours typing information in. Take advantage of your phone, the camera, being able to do it on the go in the moment, instead of being in your closet and wanting to add a safe and then having to go back to your computer, log in and do it and type it in. Literally, you'll likely have your phone with you. Simply open the Prisidio app, go to places, click plus, take a picture, and it's now in there. And you can see it on my phone here. And again, if I refresh my page on the web, you can see the file cabinet here as well. And what we want to be able to do is go to adding a related item. And so this, of course, is my file cabinet. And what do you put in a file cabinet? You put in documents. And in documents, I can go to add a related item. And as you can see, both on the mobile device where I added the file cabinet, as well as the places on the web, you can see the file cabinet. And when I click on the file cabinet, you know, what we allow you and provide you the capability to do is not just add items such as your last will and testament or a file cabinet, but the key is we allow you to relate the items to one another. So if you'll notice here, when I scroll down to the bottom on mobile, and you see it here as well on web, is I can click on the plus related item on either of these, and I can choose to relate this particular place, the file cabinet I just added, with any documents, people, places, or things that are already in Prisidio. So of course, what's in a file cabinet but documents? So let's focus on mobile. I'm going to say related documents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify that my will, my passport, and my security card, social security card, are all in that particular file cabinet in this example. So I click save, and you'll now notice that these three items are now associated. They're related items to this particular place, the file cabinet. And so we'll see that here on the web as well. So those three items. And I can click on that item. So the will, for example, and I can go right over from the file cabinet. I see the documents that are in there. I go to the document. Now, the same holds true, for example, if I have my will, for example, and I wanted to add a related person. So I'm going to say, I'm going to add Charlotte, who is my estate attorney, as the related person. She's the one who wrote this particular will. So now anytime somebody goes to the will, for example, they will see Charlotte, the person who wrote it, and they will also see the file cabinet where the original of my will is stored. So that's the related items component of Prisidio. One other item that I want to show you is notes and adding context. And that is, you have the ability on any item. And so let's go to things as our example here. So what we're going to do is we're going to find Grandpa's pocket watch. We see it here, and we see it on the web. And what we want to be able to do is we want to add a note to provide context, not just that we have this particular pocket watch, but why is it important? So on either mobile or web, I can type in, I received this pocket watch from my father on my wedding day. He received it from his father on his wedding day. And I can type that in and I can save that. And when we go back here, let's refresh our page and we'll see that note again captured. Now, a note is good, right? You're providing context. Why is this item important to me? What do you need to know about this particular person, such as my accountant? What do you need to know about this particular place or a particular document? But the more notes that you have, the more items you have, and the more context you want to provide, it's a lot of typing. And that, that's, you may choose to do that, and you can choose to do that again via the app or mobile, the app on mobile or the web. But what we do is we enable you again to take advantage of the power of this device that we have in front of us. So instead of typing a note, which is just flat and I have to type it and it takes effort, I can go to an item here and I'm going to click add photo or video. I'm going to say add with camera. And what I'm going to do is turn the camera around and I'm now going to record. So I received this pocket watch from my dad on my wedding day. It was something that was really important to me. My dad received it from his father on his wedding day. And just something so important, such an important family heirloom. It means everything to me, and I hope it means the same to you one day. So I can record that video and I now use it. And now what I've got in here is, instead of a note that's in a sense flat text, I'm able to capture my words, my emotions, my facial expressions, and be able to do it quickly and easily. So now let's go in here and let's just refresh our page on the web. And you'll see the particular video as well. I can click on it. Pocket watch from my dad on my wedding day. And so you have that additional context. And the key is, we believe at Prisidio, it's not just about identifying what you have, who knows about it, and where it is, but it's also about telling the story. We want you to be able to tell the story and provide context and do it quickly and easily. Again, imagine you had 5 things that you wanted to add notes on. It's so much easier to be able to just press the record video and tell your story and provide the context by talking as opposed to typing it in. And so those are really kind of the highlights of Prisidio that we wanted to cover here today. And in closing, if there are additional questions you have, ideas, are unsure how to do something in Prisidio, or just even questions about signing up, we encourage you to go to prisid.io, so prisid.io, or prisidio.com. Either one of those will work. And if you go to the contact page, you'll see how you can call us or email or contact us, and we'll be happy to answer any additional questions that you have. Thank you for watching the video, and hopefully Prisidio is going to help provide you and your family with a secure location in which you can store, organize, and share your most important content.